Welcome, Bobcat parents and students as well. Hope you've had a good Friday, and what a better way to spend your Friday evening than to be watching a bunch of back to school night videos from all of your teachers. I understand you're going to have to watch a few of these from different teachers, so I'll just try to be as concise as possible. Efficiency is a good thing. My name is Derek Hildinger. I teach history and the current events elective. I think the current events elective is going to be a really cool course. I think it is probably more important than ever, right? A lot of news, a lot of people talking about news, and here we have these middle school students who we can kind of include in that process and have them be more globally, socially aware young men and women. Okay, and so what is going to be, this course is not driven by a textbook. It's going to be really dynamic in the fact that we're going to pull resources from a wide range of places. I think with it being a current event course, the greatest disservice we could do would be to take information from just one place over and over and over again, especially if we're teaching students that they need to form their own well-rounded opinions that are backed up by data and research and yeah, again, a multitude of sources. And then if I, the teacher, am only relying on one source to give them those current events, again, I don't think those two things would align very well. With that being said, however, we are going to kind of use scholastic scope as kind of our backbone to the course because the articles tend to be kind of launching off points where we can then go to other sources and kind of corroborate our information. They also have a series of writing tools and things like that that I'll touch on in a little bit. But normally you're going to see that students are going to be encouraged to find their own articles or do their own research that goes above and beyond what I might be providing. And it'll start out a little more slow, and then we'll ramp up as we go. Just a few topics that we'll cover. Really, this is not the be-all, end-all list. We can cover really anything, and my goal is to kind of poll the class, kind of see where their interests are, and then as I figure out kind of what it is that they're into, and if I see a topic come up that I know it's something they're into, I'm going to try to pull that into the class. At the top here, I have this slide saying emphasis in history instruction, and that's because as a history teacher, we really focus, as a department at Chilton, we really focus on not so much of the teaching the history is great, and we're all passionate about it, but we're more concerned with the skills that the students develop so that they can do their own research and find their own versions of history as long as they're supported with evidence and analysis. And I really wanted to carry over a lot of that into the elective course. So a few of the domains that the students will be graded on are knowledge and understanding, creating and performing, developing skills, communication, and problem solving. These are the 5 sections that they'll constantly be getting graded on through summative assessments, and I'll talk about that in just a second. Again, just like in a history class, I want the elective students to be expert investigators, be able to explore the reliability of different evidence sources to answer questions. I want them to be able to interpret information, draw links, explore meanings as events, ideas, or movements change over time. They have to be able to tell their story, right? Create meaning through stories, without which human existence would become all but impossible. And then expert inquirers, so ask questions as a way to gain knowledge on a specific topic. Formative or summative, hopefully you're hearing this from all of your teachers. Our district is 100% summative grade, so what that means is all of the assignments, all of the homework, any readings, any activities that we do in class. For the most part, those are going to be formative. And what those allow us to do is those allow us to identify what areas need more work, what students are struggling with the material. It's really, I like to use the kind of example of formative is really like the practice, and then the summative is the actual game where you're actually going to be assessed on where you're at. So just like in sports, you can have a great week of practice, and then you get to the game and you get blown out, and then you realize, oh wait, we're not really as good as we thought we were, right? Or the opposite, where you maybe have a good week of practice, and then you go into the game and you perform really well, and then you go, okay, we got this. So um, summatives are fewer. They're at the end of the unit typically. They're more pretty much almost always project based, and you'll be getting plenty of information on these as we get to them. But as you're going through Otis and you're seeing grades, really, if there's anything you leave tonight with, it's the difference between formative and summative. Um, yeah. Okay, and then there's also learning behaviors, which is a district-wide policy. And the two learning behaviors we have are engagement and work completion. So as long as the students are raising their hand in class, participating, turning in assignments, sending me an email saying that they're not going to be at school today because they're sick, just all those kinds of things that we would consider like workability skills, professionalism, just kind of starting to step up their responsibilities as individuals. Those things we want to account for. So it's kind of outside the academic world, but it's still behavioral, and we want to account for it. Grades and feedback. I already mentioned 100% summative. I already mentioned the difference between formative assessment and summative assessment. And my contact information, there's my email. My office hours are Mondays, 3:30 to 4. And the way we're doing this is, I have probably 150, 160 students, and I have this 30-minute window for office hours on Mondays. So the best thing to do if you need to speak with me one-on-one, just shoot me a quick email. I'll put you down for a time slot. I think I can break these up into 10-minute chunks. So usually get maybe one or two parents a week. And if there's a urgent matter or something like that, we can always talk, set up a Zoom meeting or a phone conversation or whatever, email exchange. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Just in case you haven't turned me off yet or fast forwarded all the way through, a quick background. I went to Rockland High School, so pretty local here, and went to Sac State, and then did my teaching credential mostly at Sac State, and then finished up the last little bit over at National University. I've been teaching for, I don't know, about 7 or 8 years, somewhere around there. And that's pretty much it. I really look forward to this school year. We're going to have some early bumps in the road, but we're just going to work through together. And it's going to be really cool to be learning with the students. We're all kind of learning together right now. And I think it'll be really awesome to let the students see us learning with them. And we're going to be honest with them about it. So, yeah, that's it. Hope you have a good evening. And again, look forward to a really good school year. Thank you.